Now last class we were doing that is geometrical isomerism. So I said you the conditions for geometrical isomerism, there should be a carbon-carbon double bond and there should be a restricted rotation due to carbon-carbon double bond. Alright, and I said you the other condition is that the general formula of the compound should be ABC double bond CAB or AXC double bond CAY, where A, B, X, Y, means small a, small b, X and Y, they are any group or group of atoms, any atom or group of atoms, we can say that. Now the question comes here that in carbon-carbon double bond, listen carefully, I said you there is a restricted rotation or a hindered rotation around carbon-carbon double bond. Why is it so? Why we are getting two isomers, one is cis, another is the trans. How we are getting a restricted rotation or a hindered rotation, that I'll explain you today. First, so let me draw a diagram for it. Now this is a carbon atom. Generally you will study in chemical bonding that when there will be a carbon-carbon double bond, alright, carbon-carbon double bond will be there, then the structure is said to be as trigonal planar, the molecule. The shape of the molecule is trigonal planar and the bond angle is 120 degree. You can see bond angle is 120 degree. And the molecule is trigonal planar. How it is trigonal planar? See here. See now. See. This is a triangle or not? This triangle. See here. See the angle here. This angle is 120. This angle is 120 and this is also 120. Alright now? So, same thing here also. There is trigonal planar. We can say that. Carbon-carbon. Now, this particular bond is your sigma bond. This is a sigma bond. We can say that. This bond is a sigma bond. Clear? And pi bond we are representing in this way, which undergoes lateral overlapping or sidewise overlapping. Now you might be thinking, what are this? What is this? I have drawn it. You will study in chemical bonding, at that time you will be knowing it. These are known as the nothing but known as the orbitals. Alright, it is said to be as, which does not undergo, that is overlapping. So here in case of sigma bond, the carbon-carbon when it overlaps, the bonding which it takes place is head-on overlapping. Head-on means this sort of. This is head-on, one upon the other. So it's a very strong bond, sigma bond. Alright, it's a strong bond. But pi bond, how it is being formed? Pi bond is formed due to lateral overlapping. This sort of. This is lateral, sidewise, pi bond. It is due to sidewise overlapping. Alright, so this sort of flowers or this sort of which you see is that you will be seeing it. That is nothing but known as orbitals. You will be studying later on in chemical bonding. You will be studying it as orbitals. Alright. So when these orbitals they undergo sidewise overlapping, sidewise, it is pi bond. And when it undergoes head-on overlapping, this sort of head-on overlapping, it is sigma bond. So sigma bond is a strong bond because you can see the strength of the bond. Why it is stronger? Because the overlapping is to a larger extent. You see my hand here. Overlapping is to a larger extent. But in case of pi bond, the overlapping is to a smaller extent, to a lesser extent. Only this much, the overlapping. So in this way, overlapping is lesser extent in case of pi bond. That is sidewise overlapping or lateral overlapping. Alright, sidewise or lateral. But in case of sigma bond, it is head-on overlapping. So it is a strong bond because overlapping is to a greater extent, greater. Alright, for that purpose it is a strong bond. Clear? Now, so hence what you can see is that overlapping is greater extent sigma bond, which is strong bond, and pi bond sidewise overlapping, lateral overlapping. So we diagrammatically we represent in this way, that this will come over this sidewise and it will undergo lateral overlapping. Diagrammatically we represent this way. So this is your pi bond, this particular one, and this particular one is your sigma bond. Clear now? Understood? So I will show you this one, that in case of sigma bond and pi bond, I will show you with the help of one pencil and a pen. I have borrowed from my daughter a pencil and a pen. I borrowed from her and I am going to show you. Now always the sigma bond is smaller and the pi bond is bigger. Pi bond is a bigger bond. So let us say this is your pi bond, this is a sigma bond. So as you can see it here, here carbon and carbon atom will be there, sigma bond, carbon and carbon atom, and the pi bond you can see the lateral overlapping is there. Now if I want to rotate, now we will come to, that is your what you can say, the geometrical isomerism. So if I want to rotate, now see it is in this way, I am holding it in this way, you can see it is in this way. the pi bond is slightly bigger than that of the sigma bond. You can see it. See, if I want to rotate, can I rotate freely? No. Why? Because this smaller one will offer the hindrance, because both are of not the same size, not of the same length. So this will offer an obstruction, this will offer an hindrance. Alright, it will offer a hindrance. So maximum I can rotate up to this. See, maximum I can rotate up to this. Beyond this, if I want to rotate, means you can see I am getting pressure in my finger. You can do it in your home also. You'll be having a pressure in your finger, and more if you want to rotate means I need to break this bond. I need to break this particular bond. If I want to rotate still further completely, I can't rotate further because you can see restricted, hindered. I cannot rotate. Why? Because this smaller one is not allowing the larger one to rotate freely. Got it now? So if I want to rotate, then I have to break this pi bond. To break this pi bond, I require 251 kilojoules per mole of energy, which is not available in the ground state. Ground state means under normal conditions it is not available. Alright, under normal conditions this energy is not available. You have to supply some external energy to it. Then only you will be able to break it. So when you are breaking it, it undergoes a chemical reactions. Completely the structure is going to change. The molecular formula is going to change. So will it be an isomer then? No. So you can't do it that. Alright, for that particular purpose, this is your cis. You can see now, this is your cis. See here, this is sigma bond, this is a pi bond, this is your cis. Clear? The atoms, let us say A, B, here it is also A and B. A, the smaller one you can see that, the smaller one, I will make it little bit distance bigger. So, see, here A will be attached, here B, and here also A and B. So it is cis. When I rotate it, see now, I am rotating it due to restricted rotation, hindered rotation. Then what I get? A diagonal I get it. So it becomes what? Trans. So hence we are getting two types of what you can say, that is isomers we are getting it. Due to hindered or restricted rotation, I get it two types of isomers. This sort of. Clear? One is cis, I have showed you, and this is nothing but you can say trans. Got it now? So how it is happening? Due to restricted rotation. You can see I am feeling pressure in this particular finger because I can't rotate still further. If I have to rotate means I have to break this. I said you that it's not possible. Alright now? So hence, due to the presence of sigma and pi bond, where sigma bond is smaller and pi is a bigger, there is a restricted or hindered rotation, and hence we are getting two different types of molecule. This is for cis, and due to restricted rotation you can see this is your trans. See now, this is your trans. In this way, cis and trans we are getting it. Clear now? So if I show you diagrammatically here, then it will be in this way. Let us say, let me rub this one and then I can show you still clearly little bit. Let us say this is A and this is B, this is A and this is B. So this is what? Cis. You can see same groups are on either side of the double bond. Clear? Okay. A, B, C, double bond, C, double bond, C, A, B. Now you might be thinking that why I have taken pi bond on both sides. Because in case of double bond we are having double bond 1, 2, then third one from where it is coming? It is not the third one, because later on you will study that pi bond is delocalized. Its position is not fixed. Delocalized means what? The position is not fixed. Delocalized. We said a local. Local means what? Whose position is fixed, localized. But delocalized means position is not fixed. Either it can be above the sigma bond or it can be below the sigma bond. So hence I have done it 3 here. 1, 2, 3. But basically it is not 3, it is 2. Either this or this or this on this. Got it now? Clear? Fine. Now this is cis. Now trans will be what? Here I am drawing a smaller one because I don't have the space to show you. Got it? I'll draw a small one. For the trans you can see. Now this is your pi. This is sigma. This is pi. It can be either above or below. Just now I said it. In trans what it will be? C. This is due to restricted rotation. The trans it will be in this way. Now see, cis A, B, B are on either side of the double bond. Alright, same groups. But here the same groups are diagonally attached. Can you see it? It is diagonally attached. So this is cis and this is your trans. Now I hope you got it. The what you can say, how the cis and trans is being created. Due to restricted or hindered rotation only the cis and trans isomers are created. Now if you ask me the difference between the cis and trans isomers, what it is? Now cis isomer, what you find is that it is unsymmetrical. It is not symmetrical, the cis isomer. but trans is symmetrical. Why? Because this is a line of symmetry. Because you can see this is, if you take it, this is a what I can say, it is a quadrilateral. If I take it in this way, it's a quadrilateral. Can you see my finger? This is a quadrilateral. Alright, and in a quadrilateral, the diagonal is your symmetrical lines. The diagonal is your symmetrical lines. You have read in maths this particular thing.